Just relax. Keep it happy. Make them believe. Play with the phone. Shake the phone. Play with the phone.
Hey, do you remember I shared a video?
One, two, three, four. Who's out there, baby? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Make them believe.
Hey. Hi, everybody. Very good afternoon to you, wherever you may be. I'm coming to you live from Sherman, California, where we have been enjoying a dismantling of the New York Yankees by your Toronto Blue Jays. Woo! Next time I'll do some grooming before I get on. I've just been so excited. My hair is a Twitter, so to speak, or an X, I guess we would call it today. Thank you very much for joining or tuning in. Those of you that have, I see we have some viewers joining us from the world of Twitch and the world of, I don't know what that other one is. I got to put on the glasses. Oh, YouTube. Hi, YouTube viewers. Please drop your comments in the chat if you'd like to of your platforms. I should be able to see them. I'll go ahead and turn off the music now. That we're here. A lovely little George Clinton-based funk thing that I put together way back in the day. All right, and there was no AI involved in that, by the way. No AI at all. I can guarantee you one thing. This is a 100% AI-free stream. No AI. Are you still hearing the music? Let's see. I got one message from the fans. We're still hearing the music. I don't think we are anymore. I hope we're not. Regardless, I think it's turned off. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, how about those Toronto Blue Jays? Who here enjoyed that? I know I did. Let us go back to when it was like 12-0 or something, or maybe 12-2. It was at that point. Wow, those were good times, right? And that is when you start to realize, hey, I think your Blue Jays, Colin, may just be up for something this year. the big debate going into this series against the Yankees was, is it better to play in the wild card or better to, how do you say in your country, get the rest before the wild card and then come out, but maybe be a little janky, because you've had a week or two or a week off and your timing may be off. Boy, the timing is good for the boys. The timing is good for those Canadian boys. They are hitting the baseball, la pelota, la placada. It's remarkable what is happening for your Toronto Blue Jays right now. And we can only hope that that offense continues to chug along as we get to Game 3 coming up. I believe that would be Tuesday? Today's Sunday, right? They have tomorrow off. And then Tuesday in the Bronx, I believe we will be treated to Justin Bieber pitching for the Blue Jays. I'm sorry, what? Oh, that's Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber is pitching for the Blue Jays. Well, it must be his cousin. They're all Canadian, right? And after Shane Bieber, boy, let's see what happens. Now, for those of you who are baseball fans, you might remember that Shane Bieber is a very good baseball player. He's won the American League Cy Young Award twice, I believe. And he had some arm injuries, and he was acquired by the Blue Jays while injured this season with the, I think it was with the the Guardians. My apologies, old school. Yeah, he was a former Guardian who now is with the Blue Jays. And I think, boy, that turned out to be a good deal. He finished his rehab and came back and pitched a little at the end of the season. Looked pretty good. He had to enjoy what he was picking up, what he was putting down. And let's see how it goes, because he's got a chance to pitch the Jays into the American League Championship Series Tuesday night in New York City. We'll be watching. So that was the Blue Jays game. That was something. And what can be said, if nothing more, about Trey Savage, the super rookie of the Blue Jays, who came out of nowhere and struck out 11 Yankees in like 4 innings or something, maybe 5 innings. 5 1/3, I think they let him pitch. And then they took him out. And then the Yankees started scoring like crazy. And all of us were thinking about that time the Blue Jays blew an 8-1 lead to Seattle in the playoffs. I know I was. Maybe you were too. If you're a Blue Jays fan or you remember Blue Jays baseball. I certainly did. And it was certainly a little scary. Just a little scary. But it turned out okay. So that was exciting. And we ended up winning today 13-7. The only bad part about the 7 is the Yankees in the first half of the game were so demoralized. I mean, they were getting crushed in a way that, looked like a pulverization. It looked like, it was kind of the baseball version of the Simpsons, stop, he's dead already meme, which was great. And it couldn't happen to a nicer team than the New York Yankees. Am I wrong? No. They're the team everyone loves to hate, except for the Dodgers, which I think are the new team everyone loves to hate. Well, listen, I've been a Dodger and Blue Jay fan for more than 40 years, so this is the year I have been waiting for. Both teams doing good in the playoffs. I think I've mentioned before, the only other time the Blue Jays and Dodgers could have possibly met in the playoffs was in 1985, when the Kansas City Royals and Toronto Blue Jays met in the American League Championship Series. And your Los Angeles Dodgers were defeated by the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League Championship Series. Go crazy, folks! And then Jack Clark hit a home run off the pitcher that the Dodgers need in fewer games, as people used to say. And the Royals beat the Blue Jays, and so you had that classic 85 Kansas City St. Louis World Series, as opposed to the Colin Campbell boyhood dream Blue Jays-Dodgers World Series. Watching that game today, I started to think this is no longer a dream. This could happen. And that's bad news for my bank account, because my wife has sworn that if the Blue Jays and Dodgers play in the World Series, I will be permitted to buy one and only one ticket for one World Series game here in Los Angeles. Yes, you did, honey. Yes, she did. She did. Maybe. I hope. If you see somebody come running in from the back and throw things at my head, that would be the lovely wife. But I'm rooting for her. Actually, I'm rooting for me to actually have the opportunity to blow $1,000 or whatever it will cost to go see a Dodgers World Series game with the Blue Jays. Although it certainly would not cost as much as a Dodgers World Series game against the Yankees. So thank heavens for small favors, right? So that's the Blue Jay report. They did great. It was pretty exciting. We all enjoyed it. Who among us does not enjoy seeing the Yankees just get their butts blasted, just knocked out of Toronto, get back on the plane, go back to New York, take the beating you so richly deserve on Tuesday, and go home for the winter? It's okay. You're done. You're done, Yankees. You're done. My favorite part of Yankees getting eliminated from things is always the Yankee influencer reaction videos, which is like a bunch of guys sitting around. They got all their gear. They're watching their computer monitor, and they got a camera on them while the game's going on. They're like, "What are you doing, Aaron Bourne? Oh my God!" I can't wait to watch those. And I'm hopeful that we'll get a complete set that shows their flame out in the division series this year. Knock on everything. Series isn't over. Who knows? It all could go away tomorrow for the Blue Jays. But right now, the Jays are looking very, very good. And so we will continue to follow that series as we have. If you have any comments about Canada's favorite team, who I've been watching every year for the last 40 years or whatever, but especially kept a close eye on this year because I thought they had something special this year, especially starting with that July 4-game sweep of the Yankees in Toronto, and the butt kicking continued in Toronto this week. So, time to bring in our sponsor. It's not really a sponsor. It's a fake sponsor, but I like to bring in a sponsor just in case somebody does want to sponsor the show. We are available for sponsorships. And tonight we are sponsored by Crush Back to the 80s. Crush Back to the 80s flavor. I have never tasted Crush Back to the 80s flavor. I have saved it to share with you, the streaming audience. Now this, this is the good stuff right here. Who knows what the 80s taste like? Cocaine and desperation, as I recall. But let's take a look. Let's see. It's yes, it's an electric blue raspberry soda. And quite unnecessarily, they add at the bottom, artificially flavored. No. They don't have authentic 80s flavor in it. Oh, I guess that's Coca-Cola. Crush Back to the 80s, the official, non-official sponsor of today's baseball stream. Let's see what it tastes like, shall we? I'll open it up here. Maybe you can hear it in the background. Let's see. There you go. All right, Crush Back to the 80s, bottoms up. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, wow. Oh, dear God. Yes. Yes. Here's what they did. They took a Crush base, okay, like a base of Crush, Orange Crush. I don't know. What is a Crush base? I don't know. But what they did was they ground up and poured in about 2.4 million sweet tarts. You know, sweet tarts. You'll see them again at Halloween. They're like America's most popular small roll of candy, sweet tarts. And I think they're only available at Halloween these days. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is 100% sweet tart. No joke. It even has that kind of chalky aftertaste like a sweet tart. Wow, that's a great beverage. Thank you, Crush, for sponsoring today's exciting exciting stream. Ha! That really is something. Okay, so that is the Blue Jay situation. Oh, did I forget to button my things? Let's see, do they button down? Does this shirt button down? No, I don't think it does. I had to wear my Blue Jay shirt today for Blue Jays. Go Blue Jays. Back to the Dodger gear tomorrow, of course. Let's see, now we switch to the Dodgers. Oh, the Dodgers. They are doing pretty good, right? They now that was a game yesterday, and I know a lot of you wanted to talk Dodger baseball after the game last night. I apologize, had a family commitment, but did get to see some of the game and then came home and watched it. It was a good news for your Dodgers, right? Good news. They were losing, and then they weren't. And that's good. And then the my favorite part, I think, was let's see. This part right here. when they went with the oops all starters bullpen, which is a great way to go ahead and cover up the fact that your bullpen has been terrible. Let's just use starters. Why not? Totally worth it, right? So the the team went to Tyler Glasnow to relieve Ohtani, which is great. Back-to-back starters. Let's do it. They brought in Alex Vesia for one little hitter, one little lefty-lefty matchup that turned into a lefty-righty matchup because pinch hitting. But Vesia got his man, as we hoped he would. And then they went to Roki Sasaki to finish off the game. And if you remember, Sasaki was a starting pitcher at the beginning of the year, injured his shoulder, spent about 5 months rehabbing, came back in September, pitched some games down in Oklahoma City, I believe. They decided to use him in relief during the playoffs, and he just comes in and throws heat, like 100 mile an hour, 101, 102. Here it is, hit it. And he looked pretty good yesterday. This is the second time he's been brought in to close a playoff game, his second successful closing attempt, I think. And the Dodgers were able to hold on to a 5-3 victory against the Philadelphia Phillies in a series that most people are calling like should have been NLCS. Like these, no offense to the Brewers or Cubs, well, maybe to the Cubs, who looked completely outmatched yesterday, but it was the Dodgers and the Phillies are kind of like who people want to see. And so this is a 5-game series, a best of 5, and things can change very, very quickly in a 5-game series. They say momentum is only as good as, tomorrow's starting pitcher. Well, tomorrow's starting pitcher for the Dodgers will be Blake Snell. And my understanding is that Mr. Snell has had some success as a left-hander, handling Philadelphia's strong left-handed bats, your Kyle Schwarbers, your, how do you say in your country, Bryce Harpers. And, that's another thing that lines up pretty good for the Dodgers. Snell's been throwing pretty good recently. And then if you go to the bullpen, Kershaw, I don't know, who are they going to bring in? We'll see. See if they continue the oops, all starters bullpen approach. But certainly maybe the bullpen guys got a chance to kind of watch and see, oh, this is good bullpen pitching. I should do this. This should be something that we can do. And I'm hopeful that it will be. It's very odd when you look at the Dodgers bullpen. Trinan, yikes. Who knew? I don't know. It's not that he's forgotten how to throw the baseball. He's just not getting the same results that he got last year. And whether that's a command thing, a control thing, a confidence thing, that's part of, Dave Roberts' job as the manager is to get out there and kind of find out what is causing this. Are you upset? Are you injured? Is there a problem? Should we be concerned? Can you throw a ball? Could you throw a ball over the plate? Can you throw a ball for a strike? Can you get major league hitters out? I think that would be very important for your Dodgers to find out if Blake Trinan is still able to get major league hitters out. And then, of course, you've got the other, bullpen guys. Some of them are injured. Some of them have, or will not be appearing in the playoffs, which is good. Let's see, who else? Yeah, lots of Dodger bullpen issues are covered by the fact that they are using starters in the bullpen. So, fingers crossed that continues. Now, for your Dodgers, I saw Will Smith was back in the game last night, which is also very good if you're a Dodger fan. It would be great to see Big Willie Stiley maybe playing another 5 or 6 innings in tomorrow's game. I know he has that hairline fracture on his hand that he's been dealing with. And the Ben Ben Rortvet or whatever his name is a great has been doing a great job as his backup. And we'll see if they are splitting the catching duties again tomorrow, maybe with some late pinch hitting from Will again. I don't think they want to throw him out there for 9 catching innings quite yet. But we shall see. And boy, that would be great to get his bat back. But it looks good, and first off, what can you say about Ohtani's day at the plate yesterday? 4 strikeouts. I've seen it before and thought, how is that happening? Like, how can a guy that good strike out 4 consecutive times? So I think that put him at like a net plus 5 strikeouts for yesterday. He struck out 9 Phillies, but struck out 4 times himself. So I give him credit for a net plus 5 on the strikeout scale. Kike Hernandez. I mean, Kike Hernandez. Why every fall? And I know I saw in one of my baseball chats today, I think it was Molly Knight, the baseball writer, whom we all love and adore, mentioned that Kike said he has ADHD and has a hard time focusing during the regular season, but during the playoffs, he's able to really get dialed in. Well, yeehaw. I say yeehaw to that. Get dialed in, baby, because he had a key double yesterday to get the Dodgers to 3-2. And then Teoscar. I mean, there was the early kind of bizarre route to the ball that went for a Real Muto triple. And I think, he just let it go because he saw Pages was on his way to grab it, and Pages' arm is way better than his arm. So, not way better, but better. But still, try harder. It just doesn't look good. And then, of course, he hit the key home run to give the Dodgers the win yesterday. And, well, there you go. 5-3, boom. So pretty good stuff from Teoscar Hernandez yesterday. And we'll see how the Dodgers approach Game 2 tomorrow. Now, let's talk about what happens if the Dodgers are up 2-0 and the Blue Jays are up 2-0. On a level of insufferability, how is this stream going to be? Very. Just letting you know right now. But we should be so lucky that the Dodgers are able to pull out a victory tomorrow, and we will see how it goes. Let's see. I know we have some people out there joining us from Facebook and some people joining us from YouTube. Don't forget, I can read your comments on the air. I can put them on the air if you wish. And we can have an actual discussion about baseball. The other series, I'm not really interested in Brewers versus Cubs that much. I think most of the people outside of the Chicago and Wisconsin area probably feel the same. Although the Cubs have somewhat of a national following, and Milwaukee's got to be the best team nobody's ever heard of or seen. Obviously, they had the best record in the National League this year, and nobody cares. So they really have a chip on their shoulders. I'm sure they see all this stuff of like, Dodgers and Philly should be the NLCS, and are like, hi, best record. Well, you know what? You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And you're going to have to, if you beat the Cubs, you're going to have to beat either the Dodgers or Phillies, and then we will take you seriously. But until then, I'm not going to take them super seriously. I'm just not. You gotta show me. You gotta show me you can do it. So we'll see what happens in that series. Then in the other American League series, you've got the Tigers and Mariners, who played a fun extra inning game last night. We got home late enough to catch the end of the extra innings. And boy, that looked like a pretty intense game too. So they have a game 2 coming up in about 15, 20 minutes. And if you all want to go watch that, please do. You'll see, Cal Raleigh and his amazing glutes, his amazing bottom, his junk in the trunk, if you will, his MVP junk in the trunk, perhaps. We shall see. But Cal had like 60 homers this year. That's pretty amazing. But also the Tigers, who were basically left for dead about a week ago, are now into the second round of the playoffs and have a lead. What happened? What Detroit found their mojo again suddenly, I guess. And so we'll see how it goes for Detroit going forward. But they, if they have refound their earlier season form when they were like leading their division by 15 games over the Guardians and are able to continue to play sustained excellent baseball, well, you could be looking at a Blue Jays Tigers ALCS, which I'm sure would go over great with the MLB office, as opposed to Yankees Mariners with the marketable superstars of New York and Seattle. Hey, you know what? Baseball. Let the best teams win. And in a short series, let the best and most lucky teams win, because sometimes that happens too. So big game for the Mariners tonight. All my Seattle friends, I'll be rooting for you. Would love to see that series go 5, if only so that the Blue Jays, should they advance, are playing against a team that is tired or has used too many of their pitchers or something like that. So that's kind of my theory on those. As for the Blue Jays Yankees, do I predict the Blue Jays will win on Tuesday night in the Bronx? Yes, I do. I do. Even though the Yankees scored all those runs late, I still think the Jays have an energy and like a feeling of, yeah, this is it. It's working. And, I'd play them tomorrow if we could. So we'll see how it goes for your Blue Jays. And Dodgers Phillies, it's going 5. It's going 5, and I cannot tell you who's going to win. That is, they played a series towards the end of September where it was basically like the Frazier Ali fight. It was just like a knockdown, drag out battle between two titanic heavyweights. And, each game went to the 9th, extra innings, etc. Dodger bullpen would always make it close. And Phillies won a couple, Dodgers won 1 or 2, I think. And so I expect the rest of the series will be just as tight as yesterday's game. Those are two teams that know how to play playoff baseball. A very, tight, controlled, every out counts, every run counts, every at bat counts kind of game. And I don't expect that the rest of the series will be anything other than just very, very good playoff baseball. Not great if you have ulcers, certainly. Or if you have like a voodoo shrine for the Phillies. I'm not naming names or pointing fingers. America's favorite Philly fan, Amy Huggins. But it couldn't hurt to add a couple of extra, fanatics on the shrine, if you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of the state of the MLB playoffs right now. Looking good for the Dodgers, looking good for the Blue Jays. Any questions, any comments? Anyone want to chime in on anything you've seen so far? What have you liked? What have you been upset about? What have you, let's see, checking the comments here. No and no. All right. Well, listen, I'll wrap it up if no one got anything to say. I don't have a guest today, just me chatting. Amy will be here, I'm hopeful, later this week to talk Phillies Dodgers. Always good to get a fan of the other teams on. And if I can track down a Yankees fan who's willing to show their face in public after today's shellacking, there's certainly a chance we could get a Yankee fan on Tuesday, depending on how that game goes. Oh, Toronto. It's very exciting to root for a team for a long time, and they've been underperforming, or, they haven't won a playoff game in 9 years. They've been to the playoffs 3 times and they've been 0-2 every time and lost in the first round. Boom, boom, boom. So it was great that they won the division this year and got to skip the little 2 out of 3 round, which is a crazy round of craziness. Just ask Frank Warren and his San Diego Padres. Happened to the Padres this year, what happened to the Dodgers versus the Diamondbacks a couple of years ago. Just oh, wait, what? All of a sudden, this is over? Yikes. So, although that might have been a 3 out of 5 round for the Dodgers. But a wild card round, 2 out of 3? 2 out of 3. How can you tell who's the better team? Why do you play the regular season? Play the regular season. Let those games count, and let's play some playoff series. Minimum 3 out of 5. Minimum. Don't you think? 2 out of 3 brings too big an element of luck into it, if you ask me. And so far, nobody has. But I am, as always, willing to entertain your questions. Maybe a lot of people are still watching football. I'm not sure. But anyhow, that's it. That's it for right now. Thank you for tuning in or watching the stream on replay. If you're watching on replay, I do check the comments afterwards, so please feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to get an answer back to you there. As the kids say, like and subscribe and hit that bell so you know. Again, it's going to be a very erratic schedule this year. A lot of commitments in the evenings during these games at the Campbell household, so I'm going to try to stream when I can. And if I'm busy at a basketball practice or a after-school thing or something, then I'm not going to. and we're all going to be okay with that. But I would love to hear from you if you have watched this stream after it was live. Please spread the word. It's kind of fun. It's kind of goofy. And yeah, I think that's about it for now. Let me take a look and see if there's one last anything else I have to get on here. I did some graphics ahead of time. Whoa. What, preparing for the stream? That's crazy. Let's see. Oh yeah, I did have this one also ready. Dodgers up 1-0 on ALDS versus Phillies. Blake Snell takes on the Phils in Game 2 Monday. Yeah, and I think that is it. All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you again for watching. Really do appreciate it. We do look forward to seeing you again sometime soon. I'm not sure when that will be, but keep an eye on your notifications, and I hope you'll be able to join us next time. Until then, thanks for watching.